Hi students, welcome to Garud Engineering classes. Today I will cover something related to the pole zero. In last lecture we had seen related to the poles. If suppose system is given, how to find four poles of the system and zeros of the system. So if you want to define that, then the value of S that makes value of system 0 are called zeros of the system, and value of S, if we substitute that S, and that becomes value of system infinity, that is extreme end, that time the value of that S is called pole of the system. Now here I will explain you how to draw poles and zeros on a graph. Okay, so when we present this particular system in a graph, so you know a particular system, how particular system is presented. So suppose system is given, like transfer function. If I say transfer function of the system is given like this, transfer function, standard transfer function of the system is equal to, transfer function is always given in terms of Laplace. Okay, so that is we write suffix s, that something here s, or it may be s raised to anything, something s plus I say a. Okay, in s plus I say something b, or s plus I say something c, like this. Correct? And here what we can say about this, there may be s raised to n. Correct? Or if there is a s, that means here won't be s. So here I can say s plus I say j. Okay, s plus I say k, like this. So whatever here, if I say s equals to, here I say s equal to, what are the zeros? Zeros of the system equal to s equal to, here I can say 0. Correct? The value of s which will make transfer function 0. So here s is equal to -1, minus a. Okay, here s is equal to minus b. Okay, here s equal to minus c. These are zeros. Here if we substitute j, s equal to minus j, anything divided by 0, this term becomes 0. Okay, that will be what? The system becomes infinity. Infinity means what? Extreme pole. Correct? Extreme end. So these are called poles of the system. So this I have already explained in last lecture. So here what we can say, minus j, minus k. These are the poles of the system. Now how to present this? Simply if I consider these are the real values or something, if I can say roots of these are called imaginary axis, then this is always presented in graph. And that graph is what? If I say this graph, I can say this graph is always called S-plane. Why S-plane? Because this is not ordinary graph. This is a Laplace graph. Okay? So this particular plane is called S-plane. This is just two-dimensional plane. So this is always real. Suppose if I say something, a transfer function or any function, if I say z, if I present in a complex, so I write 2 plus j 3. So there are two axes. This is called real axis. Here, this is called real axis, real part value, and this is called imaginary value. So this particular part we consider this is imaginary or frequency, j omega axis. This is j omega axis. I will explain this afterwards. Here this is called real axis, real, or this can be presented this way. This is a real part. Okay, so this particular plane is called S plane. Now we can write this side is always positive side, that is I say plus 1, plus 2, here I say plus 3 something. Correct? This side is also positive side, plus j, here I say plus 2j, here I say plus 3j. Okay, so this is j omega. Okay, so this side is minus 1j, minus 2j, and like this. This side if I present like this, here I say plus 1, this is real, simple real, 2, plus 3, and so on. This particular graph, presentation of transfer function or presentation of roots on plane, But this is not ordinary plane. This is called S-plane, or it is also called a Laplace plane, because whatever we present, that is in Laplace form. Okay, so getting roots, plotting roots on this is called plotting pole zero. This is called pole zero plot. Okay, so I consider this next part. I draw pole zero plot. So I will explain you one example. I take one example. I take first example for this. I consider transfer function equals to s plus 2 s plus 3 here s into s plus 1. I cannot write s plus 2 because s plus 2 will be cancelled. So something different value must be there. S plus 4. I am considering normal. So what are the roots here? I can say roots here will be zeros. Okay. We can directly say how many zeros here? 1 and 2. So s equal to minus 2 and s equal to minus 3. These are two zeros. Then what are the poles? Poles are here, this is s equal to 0. This term becomes 0. This term becomes 0. So for that s plus 1 equal to 0, that is s equal to minus 1. This is 0 first. Okay. This will be minus 1 and this will be minus 4. Now how to present this? Okay. So these are the zeros and plots. So I copy this. I will draw this. Okay. So I consider I know pole zeros. Now how to draw this? Okay, I can say this here. So zeros are minus 2, minus 3, poles are 0, minus 1 and 4. So I draw the pole zero plot. You pay attention how to draw the pole zero plot. So as I told, this is like graph. This is negative side. Okay, and this side is positive and this side is positive. Okay, now you know, I make some margin, I make some, as here this is minus side as I told, this is minus 1, this is real, minus 2, here minus 3, here I can say minus 4. Till what level I can extend? Maximum I have to extend till 4. Okay, so I cannot write this till 5, 6, 7. It's not needed. Even positive is there. Actually it is not required, but for mentioning I will just mention plus 2 plus 3 like this. This side also, this is j omega axis. Okay, this is real axis. This is minus real axis and this is plus real axis. This is plus j omega. This is minus j omega. So this is what we can say j. This is plus side. This is 2j, this is 3j, this is 4j. What is this? This is minus j, minus 2j, minus 3j and so on. Correct? Now thing is what? How to present zeros and roots. Suppose there may be the similarities, then there is what I can say, there is a presentation. So zeros are always presented like this. This is 0. There is a point and you circle it out. Poles are presented this way, cross. Okay, so minus 2, 0 is at minus 2. So I can say this is the 0, z1. Here I can say z1 is minus 2, z2 is minus 3. It's very simple to draw. This is z, 0. I can, if you want to mention, you can mention. This is z1 and this is z2. Okay, then poles, pole will be at 0. So I use some different pen. So pole will be at 0, 1, 0. It is always presented by cross. Minus 1, it is minus 1. And here is a minus 4, like this. So this is pole 1, P1. This is I write P2. This is I write P3. So simple it is. Presentation of pole is and zero. This is a very simple part on a graph. Okay? So simple. I will consider one more example for this. Suppose I take one example. Second example, transfer function equals to, I say s plus 2 square, okay, and s square plus 4s two s plus 2, okay. So you can consider this as a, here s plus 2, there are two zeros, here poles. This is not a complete part. So what I do, I consider this I consider 1 here, so that I can consider complete square. So how I can write this? This can be presented like this, s plus 2, and this is repeated part. Here s square, everything is repeated. Then what is this? I can write here s plus 1 square, that is s plus 1. Okay? So this is not a complex. If it is complex, then how to draw that I will explain. Okay? And how to draw this? Very simple. Here I write roots, zeros. Tell me z1. Z1 equal to what? Here I can say minus 2. What is z2? Z2 equal to minus 2 again. Z1, Z2, minus 2 repeated. Then poles, P1, P2 equal to 0, two zeros. Okay, here I can say P3, P4 equal to minus 1. Okay, so this is what this actually we have to draw. So here I write this. Again I draw pole 0 plot. Okay. So here I consider only upper part. Okay. This part I consider only this part. Okay. So what I have to write. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay. So we want what? We want only till minus 1. Here we can say plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, not required. Okay. So here I consider. Now I want to draw zeros. Zeros will be at minus 2. Two zeros. So how we write two zeros? This is 0, 1, 0, first 0. Okay. And over that we can write like this. This is what presentation of two zeros. Okay. How we write? Poles, two poles at 0. Poles. I use different pen to draw poles. Pole 1, and how you will write second pole? So we can write like this. Somewhere. It is understood. I cannot write two poles like this. This is not there. This must not be there. Okay. So here what I can say? Two poles. Then here minus 1 will be two poles. So I can draw like this. It is understood. There are two poles. Okay. Now I consider one example which will have the complex roots. Okay. So see that next part. I take one example with complex root. I say third example. Transfer function is given s plus 2, s plus 3. Okay, and here it is given s square plus 4s plus Okay, so we cannot split this. First we will solve this. So you can write zeros. Writing zeros are very simple. Okay, here 0, then here will be -2, here will be -3. But how to write poles? Can you get the root of this? This is something complex. This is quadratic equation. So we cannot directly split into two parts. Okay, so what we do? We use quadratic equation for the poles. Alright, what is that standard formula? Minus b roots equal to x equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, so this is a is equal to what? 1. Okay, b equal to 4 and c equal to 2. So we can substitute there. So minus b is what? -4 plus minus b square is 16 minus 4 into what? 4 into AC. What is A? A is 1, C is 2, that is 2 divided by 2 into A, 2 into 1. Okay, so this can be written like this. So here x, actually we get two roots, minus 4 plus minus root of 16 minus 8, that is 8 divided by 2. This can be written -2 plus minus, inside will be, I am taking this inside, that will be 4. So -2 plus minus 2, correct. So this can be written -2 plus minus 1 point something, 1.4 root of 2, correct. So this is what we can say, root of 2 plus minus root of 2. So here we get function p1 equal to -2 plus root 2. This is called complex function, correct. No, we don't get complex function. No, this is not a complex function. So here we get real roots. So this is -2 plus minus, I only consider plus root 2. Okay, and second is what? Here I can say second, -2 minus root 2. So we get two roots. These are real roots. -2 plus something. So that is 0.5 something. Correct? You can use calculator for that. So here this is equal to x1 equal to, I can write this will be minus plus minus, no, this will be minus 5.857 and another will be -2 minus 2 root, that is equal to minus 3 point. This is wrong. -2 plus 2 root 2. This will be 0 point something. 0 point minus 0.58 minus 0.58 and another will be -2 minus root 2. Okay, this is not 5 point, this is 3.41. So now how to draw this? We got two roots, correct, and zeros. So here it's very easy to draw. Now suppose if I remove this, here I can draw. So two roots we want, correct. Poles, zeros, Where are the zeros? Zero will be at 0. Second, at -2. Okay, and at -3. Poles minus 0.54 somewhere here, minus 0.54. Okay, and this is minus 3.54 something somewhere here. This is minus 3.41. Okay, so this is what we can say present. The remaining part is same, like j omega. This is real axis. This is positive real axis. This is minus j omega. And this is a very simple part. So only thing is what we have to solve this. Even on a calculator also we can directly solve this. Okay. Now I will consider one more example. Fourth example. I say transfer function equal to, I say, s plus 1 s square plus 2s plus, I say, something bigger value so that I get roots in complex. Okay, here s plus 4 only, enough, correct? So getting root here is very easy. What about this? I want to solve this. I want to find the roots of this. S square plus 2s plus 4. So I will write in this format, minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So what is value of a here? I write a equal to what? A equal to 1, b equal to what? 2, c equal to what? 4. So substitute here. So this gives you minus b, minus 2 plus minus, okay, b square, that is 4, minus 4 minus 4. What is a? A is 1. A into c. C is 4. Correct? Here we get a minus value. That is 2 into a. Okay. So I reduce this. So here I continue this. This will be minus 2 plus minus. What will be this? This will be negative. 4 minus 16. Okay. Divided by 2. This is 2 into a is 1. This will be 1. Okay. So this will be minus 2 plus minus. What will be inside? Inside will be 12. Correct? This is minus 12 divided by 2. Now I can write this x1, 2. We get two values. Here we can divide this. That is minus 2 upon 2. Correct? I can say plus minus. I can take root inside. Minus 12 divided by, I take this inside, that is 4. Okay, so that will be, here will be minus 1 plus minus under root of minus 3. Correct? So I write, can I get root of minus 3? If you check on calculator, you know we cannot get root of minus value. So what is the root of 3? So the minus j is what I can write. Minus j can be presented this way, 1 plus minus, this is minus 1 into root of minus 2 root of 3. Correct? So what is the root of 3? Root of 3 is 1.73. And what is it? This is a j. We cannot get root of minus value, or root of minus 1 is a j. So I can write this minus 1 plus minus j. This is very important. Okay? So this is what? 1.73. 732. So what are the two roots we get? We get, I can say x1 or p1 equal to minus 1. I can consider plus first, plus j 1.73 approximately, and we get x2 equals to minus 1. I consider minus here, plus. First you consider plus and then you consider minus. That will be j 1.73. So we got two values. Okay. So here I can mention. So what are the roots? Okay. Just I reduce this because I want roots, and I will draw this on graph. Okay. I draw this on a graph. So what are the roots you got? Total roots, zeros are right here. Zeros. Zeros you got. Zeros will be minus 1. Here s square we got 2. Minus 1 plus j 1.73. And one more we got minus 1 minus j 1.73. We got x1 equal to this and x2 equals to this. Okay. Then what are the poles? Poles. Okay. Poles will be only one. So that is pole equal to minus 4. Now I consider this for my next page. Now here, you know poles and zeros, I mentioned here. So I draw the graph. I draw the graph. I only consider negative part. Okay. So, and this is positive part. Both sides here we want positive and negative part. So here only we get negative. This real part is negative and this part is positive. So I draw like this. Here also I write like this. Okay. So I make some marking. Till what level we have to go? Till 4. Level 4 we have to go. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. J level we have to go till 1j, 2, 3. This is j omega. This side is what? Minus j omega. Again I will repeat same. Minus 1j, minus 2j, minus 3j. Okay. Now this side, positive side, we don't want anything. So first, zeros and poles. Okay. I will write zeros. Here minus 1. Here is 1 0. 0 is at minus 1. Okay. This is 0. Now next is what? We want complex mode. This is having j term. This is real. This is just real part. This is real part. But this is having minus 1 plus 1.7. 1.73 will be somewhere here. Correct? And this is minus 1. Again this side also minus 1 minus j something, minus j 1.7 something. So like this. So we get exactly symmetrical pattern. So where will be that? Somewhere here will be another pole. This is what we can say complex pole. Complex zeros. Okay. How to draw the complex zero? You got the meaning of this. Okay, now this is minus 4. This will be at minus 4. This is 4. This is presentation, pole 0 presentation. So simple it is. We will consider last and one more example which is having complex pole. Okay. I take one example. This is fifth sum. Transfer function equal to s plus 2, s plus 3. Okay. So s into s square plus 4s plus 5. Okay. See.